Okay, who is Yes Theory and why did I pick them for this presentation? Yes Theory is made up of 3 guys, Thomas, Matt, and Amar. This is their story.
Too many of us settle for mediocre lives. We sometimes fail to realize that life isn't just a series of goals to be achieved, but rather a journey to be celebrated along the way. We get caught up in commitments, and before we know it, we're asking ourselves, what did I really spend the most formative years of my life doing? We fail to explore the world not just geographically, but also in its depth by failing to connect with those around us and listening to what our gut truly tells us. All of this because we're afraid. We fear new situations, we fear stepping off our autopilot, and we fear what we cannot predict. But in the summer of 2015, I met 3 strangers, and together we decided to refuse to let our fears dictate our decisions, and instead decided to use them to drive us forward. See, 2 years ago, the 4 of us, Matt, Amar, Darren, and myself, Thomas, were strangers with a simple desire to take a different path in life. We had just met and had no money, but we bonded over a simple idea, that the moments we step out of our comfort zones were the times our brain chemistry evolves and we felt truly alive. So, with 3 strangers, I moved on to a 4th stranger's couch to afford making videos following this idea. Our goal was simple: challenge ourselves to think differently about life and face our fears headfirst for 30 days straight. From the outside, what we were doing seemed absolutely insane. Our friends, our family members, and our mentors were begging us to wake up and stop the nonsense. But the new philosophy we lived by did not go unnoticed.
We showed you a video made by 4 guys in Montreal.
Weekly episodes that depict various improbable things that are doing.
3 millennial video makers. Watch this.
I wanted to share this message with the world. You tell us about yourself, how you came up with this idea.
As of today, Yes Theory is without a doubt my favorite channel on YouTube.
I understand you're trying to change the perception of how your generation is viewed.
And the country's glad you did what you did.
Very long story short, there are 3 guys who met in Canada, and they're all from France, New York, and Egypt. They have one motto: to seek discomfort by saying yes to anything that makes you stressed, anxious, worried, fearful, or anything. But by saying yes, you experience an adventure of any sort that you would otherwise not have encountered, and living life to the very fullest. They started very small, with $500 to their name, and now have grown a YouTube channel with nearly 5 billion subscribers all around the world. This is Matt in last week's video, talking about the community that has been created as a result of their vision.
Last night we met this guy that you're about to meet, and after 30 minutes of talking to him, every single person in the room was silent and had chills up their spine. Like, I had never seen somebody so committed to a dream, and it brought me back to when I was completing the Ironman, which has actually now become a joke because I talk about it so much. At the end of the race, when I actually accomplished the goal and these guys were waiting for me at the finish line, it made me realize how important this is: community. And that's what we want to provide for every single person here, but that's also what we want to provide for this community that we're creating with Seek Discomfort.
Through making their videos, they have created a community of people who enjoy seeking discomfort. This community is dispersed all around the planet, with countries including Canada, England, Germany, Switzerland, France, India, Egypt, and many, many more. In some of their videos, they have traveled to some of these places and created meetups where you can go and meet the guys themselves and also others in the same area, making friends who you'd otherwise probably not have met. Often they say a stranger is a friend you just have not met yet. Because people have enjoyed these meetups so much, they are now creating their own without having any of the 3 original guys there. And this is where the theme of community really comes in. I picked Yes Theory for this presentation because I think they are one of the best examples of community today. With the world constantly filled with negativity and problems, these guys are showing what community can really be in a very globalized world.